start the session. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Mannado Sri Jagannatha Madguru Sri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tat Padam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. The only Guru of three religions, Traitatheeram originator, sensational writer, Hindu virtue donor, the emperor of spiritual kingdom, Sri 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 Acharya Prabodhananda Yogeshwar. We are learning first divine holy scripture, Traitatheeram Bhagavad Gita, interpreted by Sri 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 Acharya Prabodhananda Yogeshwar. So we are learning Bhakti Yogam chapter. In the last week, so we learned from third Slokam until 12th Slokam. Let us recap the meaning of all the slokas what we learned last week. So, those who worship Paramatma, which is imperishable. So Paramatma is imperishable. There are the people who are worshipping absolute soul. So the absolute soul is not be commanded, invisible, inconceivable, associated, immovable, eternal and omnipresent. So the people who restrain the senses by making the intellect as equal on everything, and those wish for welfare of others can attain me. So that is third and fourth Slokam. Then he is saying, Partha, the way that is practiced by the Brahma Yoga is very difficult. He said that. So practicing of Brahma Yoga is very difficult. So it is very difficult way for attaining Atma, and also that is difficult way to attain Atma. The Atma which is not known to the senses. So senses cannot know the Atma, because Atma is beyond the senses. Atma is immortal soul, he is beyond the senses. So those who submit all karmas to me, he is saying that offer all karmas to him, all karmas. So and worship him by practicing karma yoga without attaching to any karmas. So those people who do not attach to any karma and do the karma yogam, so those people can attain absolute soul. Then in the 7th Slokam he is saying, so there are his devotees, they engrosses their mind in him. So they will put complete focus on him. He will get them out quickly from the ocean like deathly material existence. So from the material world, it's like a ocean. It contains happiness and sorrow, all those things. It is filled with completely sorrow. He will throw them out of this one. So then he is saying, always keep your mind on him by thinking. So thinking always about him, put focus on him, put your mind on him, and also intellect on him. Then he is saying, then you attain him and stand in him always. So in this matter there is no suspicion, so no question about that. And also saying, oh Arjuna, if you don't have power to put your chittam on him, on the God, you will get that power by the practice of yoga. So the only way in order to achieve Brahma Yogam is practice. That is what he is saying over there. And if you are unable to practice for restraining the mind, if you fail to practice the Brahma Yoga, you are not able to achieve that, then God is saying that to do his tasks. So whatever his works are there, God's works are there, whoever can do his works, they will attain the liberation because they are working for him. So then in 11th slokam he is saying that though if you fail to do bhakti yogam, not able to do the bhakti yogam, then you should give up all results of your works. So in that way, that becomes karma yogam, and then you will attain the liberation. You will attain the God. Then the 12th slokam, what he is saying, it is about Brahma, Karma, both the yogams. So he is saying that before doing practice, learn wisdom. So without wisdom, if you do practice, it may lead to something else, not to the objective one. Okay, so that's why he's saying uh, wisdom is better than practice. After you know the wisdom, you do meditation. So meditation means ekagrata. Ekagrata means so no thoughts state. That is thoughtless state. That is the better than the wisdom. So that is Brahma Yoga. Then he is saying renunciation of fruits of karma is better than meditation. So better than meditation is karma yoga, where you have to renunciate fruits of karma. So you will not attach to the karma. Man gets peace of mind by that renunciation. So that renunciation is karma phala tyagam. You can say renunciation means tyagam. Tyagam means give up. Leave the fruits of karma. So we learnt up to 12th slokam. Let's move on to the 13th slokam onwards. 13th and 14th both slokams are talking about karma yogam. Let us see what is there in 13th and 14th slokam. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitraha karuna eva cha nirmamo nirahankara samadukka sukakshami संतुष्ट सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढ़निश्चयः मय्यर्पित मनोबुद्धिर्यो मद्भक्त समे प्रियः. What is he saying? So the person, so God is saying that he will have more affection on a person if that person is not envious of all living things, and he is kind and friend of all. He should leave the attachment, he should be free from egoism, and he should be staying equally with respect to happiness and distress. He should be satisfied whatever he had. So that way it is called karma yoga, and he should have patience. He should have patience enough, and must have determination in the mind, that mind and intellect, that about attaining the liberation. This is what he told about told in the 13th and 14th slokam. So Paramatma says that as much as possible, the yogi, he should have the kindness and friendship with all the living things, and he should not show any enmity on them and any attachment towards them, and he should not have any ego, and he should consider happiness and sorrow equally, and should be satisfied whatever he got. So and also he should have strong aim in the mind for getting liberation. So having same opinion with intellect and one who wants ego and one who suppress ego by the intellect is more dearer to the absolute soul. Then let's move on to the 15th slokam. यस्मान्नो द्विजते लोको लोकान्नो द्विजते च यः हर्षामर्षभयद्वेगैर्मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः. He is saying, Arjuna, the world is not afraid by whom, and one who is not afraid by the world. So the Brahma Yogi, whenever he is in the Brahma Yogam, he will not afraid of the world. World will not afraid of him. That guy will not get any anger. He will not have any fear, and he will not have any joy or grief with respect to the worldly matters. That guy is very dearer to absolute soul. Let's move on to the 16th slokam. अनपेक्ष शुचिर्दक्ष उदासीनो गतव्यतः सर्वारंभ परित्यागी यो मद्भक्त समे प्रियः. So this is about the Brahma Yogi. So the Brahma Yogi does not have desires for anything. He will not have any desires. He should not contain any desires for anything related to the worldly matters. So he will have complete, the Brahma Yogi, he will have completely purity of mind. That means his mind will not have a single thought. That is a thoughtless state. And he will be neutral. And he will have preservance. One who does not strive for some result by renunciation is very dearer to him, and he will not strive for some result by renunciation is very dearer to him. So he will be neutral means he does not uh, favor good or favor bad, and he does not start anything, and he will give up everything. So he will have determination, a strong determination. So such qualities are related to the Brahma Yogi. So such Brahma Yogi is much more dearer to the God. Then let's move on to the 18th slokam. What is he saying? Uh, 17th slokam. Let us go to the 17th slokam. यो न हृष्यति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न कांक्षति शुभाशुभ परित्यागी bhaktiman यः स मे प्रियः. This slokam is talking about karma yogam. So the karma yogi, he does not grasp pleasure or distress. He will not be envious. He will not be desirous, and he will be renouncing good and bad. That is so called karma phala tyagam. We came to know that he renunciates the fruits of karma. So such kind of person, such kind of yogi is called karma yogi. So he does not attach to merit or sin. Punyam or papam does not attach to him. So he is karma yogi. Since he is karma yogi, he is dearer to the God. Then let's move on to the 18th slokam. समशत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानावमानयोः शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु समसङ्गविवर्जितः तुल्यनिन्दास्तुतिर्मौनी सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेतः स्थिरमतिर्भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः. So 18th slokam is about Brahma Yogam and Karma Yogam. 19th slokam is about Karma Yogam itself. Let us see what is he saying over here in 18th and 19th slokam. So, the Brahma Yogi will not show any favorable he will not show any favor towards friends and unfavorable towards enemies. He will be equal with both of them. So he will be in the equal state with respect to friends and enemies. And he will see equally the honor and dishonor both, heat and cold, happiness and sorrow. And he lives um, so that's what the Brahma Yogi state. When he enters into the Brahma Yogam, he will be detached. He will be disconnected from the external worldly things. So in the external worldly, there will be friend, enemy, honor, dishonor, heat, cold, happiness, sorrow. Everything will be there, right? He is away from that. So that's why that is the Brahma Yogam state. And Karma Yogam in the for the Karma Yogam. So the Karma Yogi will not hesitate whenever he faces the honor, fame, or praise and defame. So both he will be uh, he will not consider them. Uh, he will not care about them, and he will be satisfied with whatever he got. He will be completely satisfied, and he doesn't care for the residence, lands, and whatever the things are there. So his mind will be fixed and uh, determined about the liberation itself. So his fixed mind completely focuses about the how to get the liberation, and in his intellect also uh, will be the same thing. So such kind of yogi is very dearer to absolute soul, the God. Then let us move on to the 20th slokam. ये तु धर्म्यामृतमिदं यथोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्धदाना मत्परमा भक्तास्ते यतीव मे प्रियाः. So he is talking about Brahma Karma Yogams. He is talking about both Brahma Yogam and Karma Yogam. He is saying that. So whoever has interest on the supreme state of the absolute soul, and he worships the immortal dharmas, those immortal dharmas, Brahma and Karma Yogams. So according to the manner what he said, he is very dearer to the absolute soul. So the person should have the one who should have goal, a goal that is called liberation. So he must have a goal of liberation. So he will he must have more interest and should know completely dharmas of Paramatma, the righteousness about the God. So there are two dharmas, right? One is Brahma Yogam and Karma Yogam. He must know completely about two dharmas, and with those dharmas he has to uh, with after knowing the dharmas he has to follow them. So by following those dharmas, so he will be destroying his karma and he will be attaining the absolute soul. That is why Paramatma said he is very dearer to him. So they are very dearer to him. So the word dear, D-E-A-R, dear, is used in this slokam, right? So not only this in this slokam, he talked about the dearer one in the entire chapter itself. So when he is saying there are some people who are dearer to him means we have to understand that there are some people who are not dearer to him. But some people may ask one question that, so as absolute soul society is equally among all the living creatures, how come he say how come he says that Some of them are dearer to him, some of them are not dearer to him. So, in fact, everybody is equal with respect to Absolute Soul. There is no doubt at all. But, but, so in the previous chapters also we came to know that he is very nearer to the people who are knowing the wisdom. He is very far away for the people who are completely ignorant, not knowing the wisdom. So with that, so when we know the wisdom and follow it, then we will go nearer to the Absolute Soul. When we don't know his wisdom, and then we will be in ignorance, so we will be going far away from them. So those who does know the wisdom and follow it, definitely he will be going nearer to the Absolute Soul. So after completely burning his karma, he will attain the salvation, liberation. He will merge with the God. So by birth, everybody is a common man. So after some years, so what is becoming? Either we are becoming great or mean, right? In the same way, with respect to the God, so we are equal at the time of birth. When we take a birth, that time we are equal with respect to the God. So, but after we are grown, we shall be near to God in accordance with the way of wisdom. In accordance with the way of the wisdom, when we learn it, then we will go near to the God. Or if we don't learn it, what happens? According to the ignorance, how much we have, that much far away from the God. So it should be known that it is in accordance with our learning by imitation. So that's what he told in this slogam. Swami explained in such a way that we are able to understand very well about the notion of the Lord Krishna. Please read Traitatiram Bhagavad Gita completely from the starting to the end and should understand every slokam so deeply and put complete focus on God, thinking that with a greater determination that I need to get the liberation. So that way we can continue our journey and know his wisdom completely. So with that we end the Bhakti Yogam chapter over here. In the next week we can start from the first slokam from Kshetra Kshetragna Vibhaga Yogam. Let us do Mangala Prarthana and end the session. Om Mangalam Gurudevaya Mahaniya Prabodhatmane Sarvaloka Sharanyaya Sadhurupaya Mangalam. Prabodharpanam to everyone.